wouldn't be improved by handing a shocked hotshot a screaming, red-faced baby. She needed everything to go perfectly. She owed it to Beth. She ran through her pre-prepared speech as she drove. She spent days agonizing over every word, writing it out again and again, until it was burned into her brain. Maybe she should have just sent it to him as a letter. But no letter, no picture could convey the sheer breathtaking wonder of Beth. He couldn't fall in love with cold hard facts. She had to show her to him in person. It was the best chance that he would see his surprised daughter as the living, breathing miracle she was, rather than as a mistake. Even if that meant driving from California to Montana, wrestling diapers in dingy gas stations and spending hours disinfecting every surface in cheap motels. Road trips were considerably less fun when you had a 10-month-old baby that had fully mastered the art of crawling. Diana was grateful that Beth always dropped off to sleep in the car, but it did mean that Beth was wide awake and raring to explore all night. "What if you're making poor decisions due to sleep deprivation?" Gertrude whispered. If that was the case, then Diana probably hadn't made a good decision all year. No matter how she tried to let the worry slip by, it clung stubbornly, like a burr in her mind. She wound down the window a crack, hoping the breeze would help to clear her head. The habitual tight knot in her chest eased a little as she breathed in the gloriously clean mountain air. The sunlight filtering through the tree canopy was still summer warm and golden, but hints of red in the foliage showed that fall was just around the corner. It was a long way from her own crowded, run-down, smoggy corner of L.A. Diana's heart thumped as she spotted a hand-lettered sign proclaiming, "Thunder Mountain Hotshots, Crew Base." It pointed down an even narrower track, leading higher up the mountain. Diana had to slow to a crawl, her lightweight tires struggling on the rough terrain. Just as Diana was starting to wonder if her little car could cope with the steep gradient, the track gave out into a wide clearing. A group of wooden buildings clustered at the far end. Most of them were small, rough log cabins, set back near the tree line. But there were a couple of larger structures set around a wide flat parking area, which was completely empty. The entire base had a still, shuttered feeling. Every door was closed, every window dark. Diana couldn't help feeling like she was trespassing as she parked her car and got out. Leaving Beth, still asleep in her car seat, she took a few hesitant steps toward the largest building. "Hello?" The word came out as a squeak. She cleared her throat and tried again. Hello? Is anyone around?" Her voice sounded too loud in the silent bass. A bird made a call of alarm from the forest off to her left, making her jump. She held her breath, listening, but only heard the gentle whisper of wind through leaves. No sound of chainsaws or men working, not even a hint of distant traffic. The Thunder Mountain Hotshots weren't at their base. She'd read on the crew's website that the end of September was the close of fire season. She'd assumed that they'd have to have been here, storing all their gear and shutting everything down for the winter. But the hotshot crew must have been called out again on one final late assignment. Her stomach plummeted, even as guilty relief flooded through her. It had taken her literally days to psych herself up for this confrontation, and now she'd have to find the nerve to do it all over again. She wasn't sure she'd be able to, not even for Beth. Just the thought of putting herself through all this again had her pulse spiking. "Hello?" she called again in futile hope. "Is anybody here?"
"You looking for someone?"
She nearly wet herself, thanks post-pregnancy pelvic floor, at the unexpected male voice. Heart in her mouth, she spun around. A burly, bearded man lounged near her car, watching her with his head cocked to one side. "Where did you come from?" she stammered. He jerked his head casually in the direction of the forest.
"Saw you drive in. You lost."
It was ridiculous. He was being perfectly polite, even if he did look a bit unkempt. But a hammer blow of adrenaline hit her as she realized he was standing between her and Beth.
"Hey, don't look like that, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't bite."
The man grinned, exposing startlingly white teeth.
"Except in special circumstances."